Picture the unimaginable, a web spun of power, wealth, and disturbing allegations now coming into the light of day. In this world, the Epstein case stands as a chilling reminder of the darkest corners of society. The tale, as it unfolds, is more than just disturbing. It's a shocking insight into a secret network that thrived in the shadows for far too long. For years, whispers of financier Jeffrey Epstein's unspeakable crimes pervaded the upper echelons of society. A financier with an extensive network of connections, Epstein was a man whose affluence and influence seemed almost limitless. Despite the whispers, despite the rumors, his alleged activities remained shrouded in mystery. That was until recently. Only within the past few days, a trove of documents related to the case has finally been declassified. This documentation, a staggering 4,500 pages in length, has begun to shed a desperately needed light on the shadows where Epstein's network operated. The documents reveal names of people from the highest rungs of society who were associated with Epstein in some way or another. These declassified documents were meticulously reviewed by the globally recognized news giant CNN. The documents are a labyrinth of information containing previously redacted names of Epstein's numerous accusers, businessmen, politicians, and countless more. However, amidst the public furore and media frenzy, it is crucial to remember that the inclusion of a name within these documents does not necessarily denote guilt. The mere mention of a name does not instantly transform an individual into a criminal. Despite this, Epstein's elite connections, the people he rubbed shoulders with, and those who benefited from his wealth, continue to be a matter of widespread interest. The Epstein case has exposed an underbelly of society that many never knew existed or chose to ignore. Resolving this case is about more than just justice for Epstein's victims. It's about shining a light on the dark corners of society, a society where power and wealth can be used to cloak unspeakable horrors. It's important to remember that the inclusion of a name doesn't automatically imply accusations of crimes, but Epstein's elite connections remain a subject of interest. Among the names mentioned are former presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Jean-Luc Brunel, and Leslie Wexner. These figures hold significant power in their respective fields ranging from politics to fashion. Their potential connection to Epstein, therefore, drew widespread attention. It's essential to understand the gravity of these associations considering the serious nature of Epstein's criminal activities. Bill Clinton, America's 42nd president, known for his charismatic leadership, is one such name linked to Epstein. While Clinton's presidency was marked by economic growth, it was also marred by controversies and scandals. The narrative of his association with Epstein adds another layer of complexity to his image. Next, we have Donald Trump, America's 45th president, a real estate mogul turned politician. Trump's association with Epstein is intriguing, given his position as a former president and his influence in the business world. His connection with Epstein potentially casts a shadow over his multifaceted public persona. Then there's Prince Andrew, the second son of Queen Elizabeth II. As a prominent figure in the British monarchy, the implications of his connection with Epstein pose considerable to the royal family's reputation. His involvement in this controversy is steeped in public speculation and intrigue. Jean-Luc Brunel, a French model scout and former modeling agency manager, is another notable mention. Brunel's connection to Epstein has further muddied his reputation, which was already under scrutiny due to allegations of misconduct within the fashion industry. Lastly, there's Leslie Wexner, the American billionaire business tycoon who founded L Brands, which includes Victoria's Secret. Wexner's relationship with Epstein, a convicted sex offender, has raised troubling questions about his judgment and ethics in his personal and professional dealings. It's crucial to note that these mentions do not directly implicate involvement in illegal activities. Responses from the mentioned figures vary, from vehement denials to more evasive answers. Some, like Bill Clinton, have categorically denied knowing about Epstein's terrible crimes, while others, like Donald Trump, have tried to distance themselves. For instance, Bill Clinton has denied knowing Epstein's terrible crimes, while Donald Trump has previously tried to distance himself. The documents also reveal disturbing allegations, such as the supposed arrival of 12-year-old girls to be sexually abused by Epstein. This shocking discovery sets a sense of revulsion, as Epstein has tarnished the innocence of youth, giving rise to a myriad of questions. Who were these powerless victims? Were they lured, kidnapped, or sold? What were their stories? How did they find themselves trapped in the monstrous claws of this predator? The documents are like an exposé, uncovering the horrifying realities. Epstein had built a perverse empire in which young girls were nothing more than mere commodities. The fact that they were only 12 years old makes the situation even more horrifying, given that the girls were barely into their adolescence, with their whole lives ahead of them. These allegations unravel a twisted motive behind Epstein's actions, one fueled by perverse lust and an utter disregard for the sanctity of human life. It paints a chilling image of a man whose wealth and power shielded him from the consequences of his heinous actions, revealing a sinister side of high society that's often hidden from public view. The documents also bring to the surface the complex network that Epstein established to carry out his repulsive actions. His elaborate plot was not the work of a single man. It was a well-thought-out, meticulously planned scheme involving several individuals. This implies a deeper, more sinister layer to Epstein's exploitation. In the midst of this vortex of crime and manipulation, details about his recruitment pattern have also been unraveled. The documents revealed that these girls didn't just turn up at Epstein's doorstep. They were systematically targeted, lured, and manipulated. It was a structured operation where the victims received $100 an hour, a cruel bait used to reel in the vulnerable. Money, it would seem, was the weapon used to silence their cries and ignore their pleas. These details have come to light, igniting a blazing flame of justice and truth. The legal and social implications of these revelations are significant. The entire scenario has given rise to a whole new perspective on the case. It is not just any other situation that is being dealt with, it's something that has far-reaching consequences on the society we live in. The case has brought to light several classified documents, which were considered confidential before. Unveiling these papers have uncovered startling facts that are impossible to ignore. These declassified documents, they have raised more questions than they have answered. Each page has a story to tell, a story that was once hidden, obscured in the shadows of secrecy. While many of these documents were brought to the light of day, a puzzling aspect of all this that remains is that some pages still remain redacted. This concealment of information has only added to the mystery of the case, creating a sense of suspense and an aura of intrigue. With every redacted line, every concealed paragraph, every hidden page, the case just seems to be a labyrinth of unanswered questions. The complexity of the case seems to be escalating with the amount of secrecy surrounding it, creating a web of enigmas that gets more tangled with each redacted document. Every bit of concealed and revealed information is a testament to the significance of the case. It's not just a case anymore, it's a symbol of the power of the truth that remains hidden beneath layers of redacted lines and concealed pages, leaving unanswered questions and highlighting the complexity of the case. In summary, the recent revelations about the Epstein case shed new light on the network of powerful figures that surrounded the financier. The pursuit of truth and justice continues as society grapples with the complexity of this case that has shaken public perception. This is a story of power, alleged abuse, and the long winding road to justice. A story that reminds us that even in the darkest corners of society, light can still find a way in.